Hello, grade 10. So we're going to continue with finance. Today we're going to be calculating the interest rates, working from slides 27 to 29 from the PowerPoint Financial Maths. Okay, so for example 1, I'm just going to read it out to you. It says 20,000 Rand is invested in shares on the stock market. After 8 years, the shares are sold at 52,000 Rand. Calculate the simple interest rate. Okay, so we know we're dealing with simple interest. I just want to write my API in, and then we can see what the unknown is. Okay, so it says here 20,000 Rand is invested. So that's your principal amount, what you're starting off with. It says for 8 years, so 8 years would be your time period. And it says that the shares are sold for 52,000 Rand. So that is your accumulated amount. So the unknown here is your interest rate. Okay. And we know it's simple interest. So A is equal to P, 1 plus I times N. I'm just going to substitute my values into the formula. So A is 52,000. Your principal is 20. 1 plus the I we don't know times by 8. Okay. So this is the guy that we want to get on its own, the I. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by 20,000. Okay. So if we get our calculator and we say 52,000 divided by 20, we get 13 over 5. So 13 over 5 is equal to 1 plus I times 8 is just 8I. I'm going to take the 1 to the other side and it becomes a minus. So we're going to say this 13 over 5 minus 1. And we get 8 over 5 equals 8I. To get the I on its own, we have to divide by 8. So I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to divide it by 8. And we get 1 over 5. Okay, so what we want to do is we actually want to find out what is our interest rate. We have got it, but we don't write interest like that. What I need to do is I need to multiply that by 100 to get it back into percent. Okay, just like what we did before, you remember when I did this interest rate, I said whatever it was, let's say for example 8%, I would say 8 over 100. So that is why I have to times it, I just have to do the opposite. So from here to here, just multiply it by 100 to get it back into percent. Okay, so if we look at example 2, I think I'll be able to fit it on here. So example 2, they're saying to us 4,250 Rand is invested on the stock exchange for 6 years and grows to 14,740 Rand. Determine the compound interest rate earned by the investment. So now we're dealing with compound interest. So A is equal to, P is equal to, I is equal to, N is equal to. So 4,250 Rand. 4,250 Rand is invested, that's our principal, for 6 years, that's our time period, and it grows to 14,740 Rand. Okay. What is the interest rate? Okay, so our formula for compound interest is A is equal to P, 1 plus I to the power of N. I'm just going to substitute my values in. So accumulated is 14,740 equals our principal is 4,250, 1 plus I to the power of 6. All right, grade 10s. Just like I did with this one, I'm going to divide both sides by that 4,250. So let's do that over here. So we've got 14,740, divide that by 4,250, and we get that. Okay, so now the thing that's messing us around is that to the power of 6. To get rid of that, I'm going to take the 6 root. What I do to this side, I must do to this side. Okay, so I'm just going to take this thing and I'm going to take it to the 6 root. And we get that. Okay, so now we've got 1,230320024 is equal to 1 plus I. I take the 1 to the other side and it becomes a minus, so I subtract it from this and I get 0,23032000236 equals I. Now, just like what we did with this one, to get it back into percent, I must multiply by 100. So I take this and I times it by 100. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to round it off, say, to 2 decimal places. Okay. The question in the exam or a cycle will tell you how many decimals to round it off. I'm just going to round it off to 2 decimals. So we get 23,03%. And this is per annum, PA. Okay, and there's our answer. Then example 3. Example 3 is saying an investment scam offers to treble a deposit of 50,000 in 3 years. What compound interest rate per annum is the scam supposedly offering? So A equals P equals I equals N equals. So we're starting off with a deposit of 50,000 here. Okay. Then they say that it's 3 years. And they're also saying that this investment scam or whatever says it will treble this amount. So treble is 3 times. So 3 times this would be 150,000. Okay, and we don't know what our interest rate is. And they are saying that it is compound interest. So A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of N. That's your compound formula. I'm just going to substitute our values in. So our accumulated is 150. Our principal is 50. 1 plus I to the power of 3. Okay. Just like the previous examples, I'm going to take this side, divide it by that 50,000. So 150, 1, 2, 3, divided by 50, 1, 2, 3, and we get 3. To get rid of this 3 over here, I've got to take the cube root. What I do to this side, I must do to this side. So we're going to take that and we're going to take the 3rd root. Put that over there so everyone can see. And we get 1,44224957 is equal to 1 plus I. I take the 1 to the other side, it becomes a minus. So I take this, minus 1, and we get 0,44224. And you see, you notice here, grade 10s, I keep my decimals all the way through. I'll only round off my final answer. Okay, don't start rounding up over here. You're going to get a round off error for your final answer. So only round off your final answer. Now, to get this into percent, I need to multiply by 100, So I take this multiplied by 100, and I'm going to round it off to 2 decimal places. So we get 44.22%, and this is per annum, PA. Per annum just means per year. Okay. Grade 10s, I would like you to do exercise 12.2 for me, please. Thank you.